Student, before starting with the semester 3 subject metabolic pathways for BSc to biotechnology enter, let me revise about some concept of biomolecules which you are in the semester 1 and 2. The concept of biomolecule which covers first is origin of life, in which how there is formation of the biomolecule takes place in the ocean, which cover the content of AI operating concept, which is further confirmed by Urey Miller's experiment. So this content of the syllabus in first year biochemistry, origin of life, biomolecules, AI operating concept and Urey Miller experiment explain about how the physical and chemical process in the ocean are responsible for formation of the biomolecule, and first time how biomolecule is originated in the ocean. So physical process like sunlight radiation, sunlight discharges, sparkling condition. In presence of this, some gases like ammonia, CO2, they react with each other to form the biomolecules like amino acid from the precursors like nitriles, aminonitriles, etc. So this is about the history of how biomolecules is formed, AI operating concept put forward by the Urey Miller experiment, and you are aware with this concept and details of the carbohydrates. These are nothing but polyhydroxyketones or polyhydroxyaldehydes. Then about the proteins are nothing but heteropolymers of the amino acid, and next one is lipids are synthesized by using the fatty acid. So these are the basics of biomolecules which we are aware in the first year semester 1. In semester 2 you are aware detail of proteins, classification of protein based on their structure, classification of protein based on their composition also. Simple protein, compound protein and derived protein based on the structure, primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure and quaternary structure of protein. So this is somewhat of biomolecule which we will cover in the first year syllabus in semester 1 and 2. Now in semester 3 the topic is metabolic pathway. Before initiating with the metabolic pathway, the some introduction covered in earlier video which covers what is the definition of metabolism is the sum total of all biochemical reactions occurring in the cell. Then metabolism divided into two types, catabolism and anabolism. Catabolism is degradative process or hydrolyzing process. Anabolism is synthetic or biosynthetic process. This metabolic pathway covers one unit which about the discovery of metabolic pathway. The term metabolism discovered by scientist Gasquet. Then there are different methods are used for study of metabolic pathway. One method is in vitro method, another is by using mutants, and third one is by using the radioisotope. So whatever the biochemical reactions occurring in the cell, they are catalyzed by enzymes. Enzymes are biocatalysts. So during conversion of one compound A into B, B is converted to C. The role played by the enzyme, how this enzyme is responsible for synthesis of one biomolecule, and also the enzyme is required for degradation of the biomolecule. Our purpose of studying the metabolic pathway is how energy is generated during the catabolic pathways and how one new biomolecule is synthesized when the cell biosynthetic machinery require a new component for formation of the new cell. So for such type of event, different types of reactions takes place. So to study this, the metabolic pathway paper is included in our syllabus. As per catabolism is considered, a very simple topic which you are in the 12th standard is nothing but catabolism of sugar like glucose, and the glucose catabolized by the pathway called as glycolysis. Glycolysis means breakdown of glucose. Now this glucose is breakdown, it is 6 carbon compound into 2 molecules of 3 carbon compound called as pyruvic acid or pyruvate. Now this glycolysis is discovered by scientists Embden, Mayer and Pans. So the combination name is EMP pathway in the honor of scientists. So you are aware with this glycolysis since 11th-12th standard. Now it is also included in the 10th standard syllabus also. how this glucose molecule is catabolized to obtain the energy in the form of ATP. There are two types of the glycolysis. One is aerobic glycolysis, other is called anaerobic glycolysis. Now this glycolysis is responsible for splitting of 6 carbon molecule into 2 molecules of 3 carbon compound. Before we are initiating with the direct glycolytic pathway, why it is necessary to study the glycolysis, what is the significance of glycolysis, what are the type of reactions of glycolysis. Now glycolysis is the breakdown of glucose. Now it is the lysis of glucose takes place into 2 molecules having 3 carbon compound. Then in detail reactions of glycolysis divided into 2 phases. One is called preparatory phase of the glycolysis and other is called payoff phase of the glycolysis. After these two parts, detailed reactions, then last is whatever the end product is formed, pyruvic acid or pyruvate. What is the fate of this pyruvic acid, means what is the use of this pyruvic acid in which different metabolic pathways, or how this intermediate is useful for different biochemical reaction. And last point is called as significance of glycolysis. So in short, for this introductory lecture, rather than going with the detailed structure of the reaction, today we are only enlisting the points, and these points shortly covered starting from the first phase of the glycolysis is called as preparatory phase. As the name suggests, preparatory, the glucose molecule is allowed to prepare. The glucose molecule is allowed to thermodynamically favorable to enter in the breakdown of the glucose in glycolysis. So preparatory phase is to prepare the glucose molecule, thermodynamically favorable or energetically favorable to enter in the glycolytic pathway. So how this glucose molecule is made available thermodynamically favorable to enter in the glycolytic pathway? So as the name suggests, preparatory phase, there is input of the energy initially takes place for some reactions of this preparatory phase. So the glucose molecule made in such a way that it is become energetically favorable by using the energy in the form of ATP. The very best example of the first reaction is glucose is converted to glucose 6-phosphate by the enzyme hexokinase. So by expenditure of one molecule of energy, one molecule of ATP in the form of energy, the glucose made thermodynamically favorable. Now this is about the preparatory phase in which input of energy is there, and in payoff phase the energy is released in the form of ATP. The release of energy in the form of ATP is studied in separate topic in metabolic pathway, different modes of ATP generation. In different modes of ATP generation, there are two modes or ways by which ATP generated. One is called as oxidative level phosphorylation and other is called as substrate level phosphorylation. Oxidative level phosphorylation, in which oxidation reaction responsible for release of reducing power, and substrate level phosphorylation, in which complex substrate is converted into simpler product. So in oxidative level phosphorylation the concept is different, in substrate level phosphorylation is different. Both are at a time working in the glycolysis. So there are different modes of ATP generation. The examples of the reaction come across when we are going to detail study with this glycolysis pathway, other metabolic pathways like fatty acid oxidation and all these things. Before going to the glycolysis in detail reaction of preparatory and payoff phase, let me come to know about the mode of ATP generation via substrate level phosphorylation. In case of substrate level phosphorylation, when complex substrate like phosphoenol pyruvate converted to pyruvic acid, this is the last step in the glycolysis. So during this reaction, the high energy enol linkage present in the structure of phosphoenol pyruvate, this high energy enol linkage is broken down, and the whatever the energy is released is captured between ADP and PI to synthesize the ATP. The enzyme required is pyruvate kinase. Now this phosphate group which is attached with the structure of the phosphoenol pyruvate, there is enol linkage. This high energy is broken down, and whatever the energy is released is conserved in between ADP and PI to form the ATP. This is called substrate level phosphorylation. When one substrate is converted to product, this type of energy is released. In case of oxidative level phosphorylation, there is necessary to release the reducing power in the form of 2H. Very simple example is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, one of the intermediate in the glycolysis, is converted to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. During this conversion, whatever the 2H removed from the structure of the glyceraldehyde, this 2H accepted by NAD to form NADH plus H plus. So as you are aware, one molecule of NADH plus H plus is responsible for synthesis of 3 ATP. One molecule of FADH2 responsible for synthesis of 2 ATP. Now, how the ATP generation takes place? In earlier case, in substrate level phosphorylation, enol linkage is broken down, ADP and IP, organic phosphate combine to form ATP. So there is phosphorylation, means phosphorylation of the ADP takes place to form the ATP. Either of these NADH or FADH2, when they come inside the mitochondria and transport their reducing power to the components of the respiratory electron transport chain, then these two reducing power, either of this FADH2 or NADH2, when they transfer their protons and electrons to the electron transport chain, when it is in working on inside the mitochondria, and the last electron acceptor is 1/2 O2 or molecular oxygen. During this transfer, there is synthesis of the ATP. So when we are going to study the glycolysis and stoichiometry by whatever the bioenergetics point of view, how these ATP are generated, whether by oxidative level phosphorylation or by substrate level phosphorylation, these points are taken into consideration. Now, in preparatory phase, the first reaction is glucose converted to glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate then further converted to fructose 6-phosphate. Fructose 6-phosphate converted to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. The first enzyme required here is hexokinase with expenditure of 1 molecule of ATP, Mg plus 2 as a cofactor. There is release of energy which is utilized for attaching the phosphate group in the structure of glucose at carbon number 6. Glucose 6-phosphate converted to fructose 6-phosphate by the enzyme isomerase, because both glucose fructose they are isomer of each other. Again one expenditure of ATP, and the enzyme required is phosphofructokinase, where fructose 6-phosphate is converted to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Again additional one phosphate group is attached to the carbon number 1 of fructose, and there is formation of fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. The first reaction of glycolysis is irreversible. This reaction PFK, this is also irreversible. Now the fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, this structure is ready to split into two molecules in payoff phase. This is called preparatory phase because in this preparatory phase the glucose make thermodynamically favorable to enter in the reaction. There is expenditure of two molecules of ATP, one for conversion of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate, other is for conversion of fructose 6 to fructose 6-phosphate, fructose 6 to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Now this molecule is ready to enter in the payoff phase. Now what happens in payoff phase of the glycolysis? In payoff phase, this name suggests payoff phase, there is release of energy in the form of ATP. This fructose 1,6-bisphosphate split into two molecules of triose phosphate. One is called dihydroxyacetone phosphate, other is called 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. Now these two triose molecule, as name suggests triose, they are having in their structure 3 carbon units. So dihydroxyacetone phosphate and 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, 3-phosphoglycerate, these are the isomers of each other. Now they are again interconverted to each other to form two molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate. So whatever initial 6 carbon compound fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is there, is split into two molecules of 3 carbon structure called as 3-phosphoglycerate. Now in payoff phase, this fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is split to form two molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate. As DHAP and they are interconvertible to each other, there is formation of 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate, which is further converted to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. Now this 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate again further converted to 3-phosphoglycerate. This 3-phosphoglycerate converted to 2-phosphoglycerate. Lastly, this 2-phosphoglycerate converted to 2 molecules of phosphoenol pyruvate. And lastly, these 2 molecules of phosphoenol pyruvate by irreversible reaction converted into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, which is a 3-carbon compound. So this is the way by which 6-carbon containing glucose split into 2 molecules of 3-carbon containing structure. Now 3-phosphoglycerate is converted to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. There is release of reducing power. NAD is converted to NADH plus H plus. During conversion of 1,3-bisphospho to 3-phospho, there is release of ATP. So this 2 ATP taken into consideration because 2 molecules are involved during the reaction. So there is also formation of 2 molecules of NADH plus H plus, and lastly 2 molecules of pyruvic acids are formed. So there is release of, as per oxidative level phosphorylation. Again lastly the phosphoenol pyruvate converted to pyruvic acid, again release of 2 molecules of ATP. So 2 plus 2, 4 molecules of ATP generated by substrate level phosphorylation. For each NADH plus H plus 3 ATP. So for 2 NADH plus H plus 6 ATP molecules are generated. So net gain is 2 plus 2, 4 plus this 6 is 10. Then we are going to study the energetics of this glycolysis, how the energetics or stoichiometry is taken into consideration. This is introductory. Again from tomorrow onwards we are getting the detailed reactions. So meanwhile, as per your knowledge of 12th science, the energetics is written as name of the reaction, input of energy and generation of energy in the form of ATP. So the first reaction in glycolysis is glucose converted to glucose 6-phosphate, no generation, input of 1 ATP molecule, in fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, again input of 1 ATP, no generation. In case of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, 2 NADH plus H plus are generated, means total for 1 NADH plus H plus 3 ATP, so 6 ATP are generated. During conversion of 3-phosphoglycerate to 2-phosphoglycerate, again 2 ATP are generated. And lastly, conversion of phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvate, again 2 ATP are generated. So net generation of ATP 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6, 10, out of which 2 are utilized in activation. So net gain of glycolysis 10 minus 2 is 8 ATP. But again there is detailed bifurcation between whatever the energy or ATP which is synthesized by substrate level phosphorylation. This is by substrate level phosphorylation and this is by oxidative level phosphorylation, because this NADH plus H plus they are released via oxidation reaction. Now the net gain is 10 minus 2 is 8 ATP. Last point is significance of glycolysis. In significance, it is the very simplest and common metabolic pathway for or catabolic pathway for degradation of glucose. So this make available the key intermediate pyruvic acid or pyruvate. So we are going to study how this pyruvic acid, which is make available during glycolysis, is take part in different reaction as a intermediate molecule under the heading fate of pyruvic acid. This pyruvic acid converted to acetyl-CoA by the enzyme pyruvate dehydrogenase. NAD is converted to NADH plus H plus. So there is oxidative reaction. One carbon is removed. So 2 carbon structure acetyl-CoA made available. which enter in the TCA cycle for large amount of energy, acetyl-CoA combined with oxaloacetic acid to form the citric acid. So the first fate of pyruvic acid, it enter in the TCA cycle for formation of very huge amount of the energy. This pyruvic acid in anaerobic condition may convert it to lactic acid or lactate in case of bacteria. This pyruvic acid may convert it to alcohol in case of yeast cell during production of alcohol. Pyruvic acid converted to lactate also in case of muscle cell. So these are the fate of pyruvic acid. Now again let us revise the point about the glycolysis. Glycolysis is nothing but catabolism of the glucose. Glycolysis is hydrolysis of glucose discovered by Embed and Mayer of Pans, combination of these three scientists. So the name of the glycolysis is EMP pathway. This glycolysis is carried out in two phases. One is called preparatory phase, other is called payoff phase. In preparatory phase, glucose molecule make thermodynamically favorable to enter in the pathway, so there is expenditure of energy. In payoff phase, energy is released. Whatever the energy is released by two ways, either by substrate level phosphorylation or by oxidative level phosphorylation. In oxidative level phosphorylation, whatever the H is removed by oxidation process accepted by NAD to form NADH plus H plus, and this NADH plus H plus then transfer their electrons and protons to the components of electron transport chain for synthesis of ATP. Another way of ATP generation is substrate level phosphorylation, in which complex substrate is converted to simpler product, during which high energy bond is broken down and this energy is conserved in ADP and PI to form the ATP. So this is in short about the introduction of glycolysis. Before this we come across with this enzyme classification, carbohydrate, proteins, lipids. So each biomolecule is taken into consideration in metabolic pathway, how their interconversion is takes place for synthesis of new cell material and also for generation of the energy which is available to do the work, and how the interconversion takes place with the help of enzyme. What are the different types of cell organelle involved? So from again in future in detail with concern with the each biomolecule we are going to study the metabolic pathway. Thank you very much.